Just the fact that he was in front of A. Arjunan, probably foxing him in that department, really.
It's one of those things. Sometimes you get it right, and sometimes you get it wrong.
It's a tough job as refereeing.
Yes, absolutely. Especially in the heat over there. I'm sure your decisions are quite troubled with the hit.
Certainly, and we have an East Bengal free kick over here. Alvito D'Acunha, the man on it, looking to make something. Puts in a ball, puts in a good ball, but that's well collected by Felix D'Souza. Good, confident catch, and let's go one for Nicholas Rodriguez, just not being able to find him.
But here was this man, Felix D'Souza, which was a defining player in Sporting's run with 18 rounds last year when they were leading the table, and the second man was Luciano Sabrosa. These guys really kept that Sporting defense intact. This year that Felix is coming after a long time. You have seen him, and which is a great news for Sporting, and he's showing this old colors that he can be the great goalkeeper who was called for the India cap.
Challenges flying over there, and this time none of those challenges really going in Sporting Club's favour. Here's a look at that challenge, the tussle between these two players. Two-footed challenge coming in, and Bekokai getting Junior, but you get the feeling that the referee had already pulled up for what Junior had done on Mehtab.
Yes.
Here's Abel Hammond looking to make something on the flank. Goes for that shot. He's taken that early shot. He hit the post and he put in a thunderous shot in that game against Dempo. Finds Yusuf Yakubu, makes something out of nothing. Tries to get past Araya, but very good defending by the Japanese. Cool defending, put his leg out there and knew exactly what he was doing.
Absolutely excellent piece of defending by Kenji. I mean, look at the timely,
spot on is how we can say.
Spot on, absolutely.
And he's no young character as well. He's supposed to be around 33 years old, so probably the heat as well getting to him.
But he's experienced.
Now Alvito on that ball. What can he cook up over here? He curls in that ball, and as we said earlier, Felix D'Souza, having a blinder of a game, makes a very good collection.
And I think that is going to be a huge factor as this league moves on. Can Felix play this kind of a role where he really completely takes out a corner by flying out and receiving the ball? That was missing in the last few games.
Having a confident goalkeeper in the game really helps the team a lot in moving forward as well, because they know at the back you're supported, and so we have no troubles at the back. Let's move up with no qualms or no tension.
Absolutely, no doubt about it.
Back with Mehtab Hussain. Finds Yusuf Yakubu. It's well defended by Kenji Arai, who keeps things simple and gets them for Sporting Club to go up. Back with Alvito. Tries to go for that shot. Of all the players up front for East Bengal, he's probably the one who's had most intent on trying to pierce that goal.
Absolutely, he's the only visible player on the field right now. And to a certain extent, a little bit of Mehtab and Nabi. Other than that, rest of the players are non-existent.
We're into added time of the first half. As 1 minute of added time has been given for both these coaches. More so for Philip de Ridder. He'd be hoping that the final whistle blows sooner than later, so that he can give his boards a talk in the dressing room. Probably tell them where they're going wrong. For all the possession that they've had, and for all the dominance that they've had in this first half, Sporting Club de Goa, the scoreline still is 0-0, Elvis. So nothing really changes come the start of the second half.
Yes, they're just not able to do enough with that possession that they have had. They've been in that attacking zone so many times with no purpose.
As referee A. Arjunan blows for the half time, as Sporting Club de Goa, for all their domination, for all their chances, haven't really been able to make them count. Philip de Ridder, his team has been really made to be given a good run for their money. Nathaniel Amos spilling some of the best chances of the first half, while Alvito de Cunha trying his best in trying to get East Bengal back in this game. Well, so far there's another 45 minutes to go, and if the first 45 are anything to go by, you can expect East Bengal to come back with full gusto in the second half, trying to make what they had lost in this first. So far the scoreline from the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium in Goa, it's Sporting Club de Goa 0, Kingfisher East Bengal 0. Yes, it's time to discuss on the key moments that happened in that first half. Here's Alvito de Cunha breaking away early, getting in with a shot with a goal, but good save by Felix D'Souza.
Yes, I mean, this was the only chance East Bengal created, and a brilliant one. Should have converted, should have been one up. Got to go for a play.
This was very, very early on. However, after that it was all Sporting, as they had lots of chances to them. Credit to them for creating them. This one, a lucky spill by Abraham Mondal, lucky that Nirmal Chhatri was around.
Also a little bit away from Abraham Mondal, that strike, and could have been an easy one-up. Again, it came too fast, did well to contain it.
Here's a Sporting Club de Goa, good combination between the midfield and the striking of Sporting Club de Goa. Here's another one of those chances, those combination that we speak about the team. Back with Amos this time, going for the shot. Just not getting the killer touch, as you could say, Elvis.
No, Amos just doesn't have the mechanics of shooting that ball. Look at his body, how it is placed when he strikes that ball. It's like a defensive clearance. I mean, absolutely disastrous finish.
So these are the chances that are coming up to you. Another one of those Sporting chances. Nicholas Rodriguez putting in a beauty of a ball. Finds Nathaniel Amos, and what does he do? He puts it out.
Absolutely, another disaster. Disaster number 2 for Amos. I mean, you got to finish that. Force the goalkeeper to save that. You got to put it in front of the goalkeeper. Look at that.
You suppose most of the talking in that first half dressing room for Sporting Club de Goa will be aimed at Nathaniel Amos as well. Here's a look at those stats and shots off target. 7 off target, 4 on target, and what do you have to show for it? 0.
Absolutely, and look at the possession. Ball possession, 56%. I mean, plenty of ball possession, just not creative enough in front of the goal. They need to be more creative than what they are.
Well, we've been bringing you up to date with the very best of what's in the city of Goa. Here's a look at that once again.
I'm not really surprised, Arjun. I mean, this bottom 8 teams are capable of beating each other and the top teams on any given day. So that's the beauty of I-League. I mean, it is so competitive. I mean, you cannot come on the field thinking that I am Mohan Bagan or I am Dempok Sports Club and walk away with a win.
Just another result as to tell you how unexpected this lead can be. Viva Kerala also hovering around the relegation zone. Half-time score coming from Mumbai, 1-0 thanks to a goal from Sakir. Big result as well for them.
Absolutely. And could we see a similar surprise here in Goa today?
Well, we could. Here's another one. Chirag United entertaining Shillong Lejong Football Club. No goal coming from them, but for Chirag United to end this phase on a high, they have to get a win.
Yes, I mean, not only a goal, they need at least a point out of this. And sooner or later, they need to get out of that zone. They're just lingering down there with just about 10 points. I mean, that is not good enough. But the biggest problem with Lajong is that they've conceded one too many goals.
They certainly have, and let's see what's going to happen in this game. The scoreline, it's a 0-0. You see that's changing in the next 45 minutes?
Yes, I see that changing as long as there are a couple of good changes. First of all, Nabi is wasted in defense. He needs to be playing as an attacking mid because he's good at what he does, and especially when he's attacking. And the midfield, there seems to be a mismatch in the midfield.
Well, I'll tell you what, these guys are all waiting in anticipation, hoping for their club to do something, get out of that bottom spot. Second half action coming right up, Sporting Club de Goa versus East Bengal. Welcome back, here's a contest that we're running on Z Sports, predict and win contest. Who will win today's match? A, Sporting Club de Goa, B, Kingfisher East Bengal, or C, a draw. So far it's heading C's way. Winners, all you have to do is get yourself a SMS, a ZMS, a ZS, A, B or C, followed by your name and city to 57575, and you could win a magazine from All Sports Magazine and sportswear and apparel from Fitz. Here Sanju Pradhan should be brought into the game sooner than later. Elvis Goes.
Yes, absolutely. I think Baichung Bhutia right now is occupying real estate that doesn't belong to him. He needs to be off the field because he's just not moving. He's lethargic, he's exhausted, whatever the conditions are. He's not functional on this field right now. Give youngster Sanju Pradhan a chance to prove his mental in a match like this.
Well, here are some of Sporting's changes, and if you were given an option, who to change, which position, which area of the team to change, where would you really filter with?
There are a couple of players over there. Number one that I would think is Agnel D'Souza. We have not seen him at all play in the I-League. He played a fantastic role for Vasco Sports Club when he was there. And he's a capable forward and played really well in the Goa Professional League.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tim Hankinson has just been released by Salgaonkar Sports Club. And speaking with the owner of Churchill Alamo, could we say and could we think soon enough of Churchill Brothers?
I mean, he's a very much capable coach in Indian football. It's very unfortunate that Salgaonkar has released him, especially in moments like this. Salgaonkar needs every help they can get, and especially from a man like that. But that's for Salgaonkar to decide.
Certainly, and Savio Madera over there, will he be back?
It just did not start well. It's like a 100-meter dash. It finishes within 9 seconds.
Well, here's a record on how these two teams did last time around in the last I-League. Sporting Club de Goa started in brilliant fashion, being on top for most of the season, but just after that Federation Cup, they slipped further and further below. They finished the last I-League on 3rd position, although at the position that they were in, they should have really won it. While East Bengal finished on 6th, and on the first I-League as well, they finished 6th, and the 11th NFL, they finished 5th. So like you were saying a point earlier, that fear of playing Kolkata clubs is not there that much now.
Yes, I mean, once upon a time playing Kolkata teams with their kind of pedigree of players that they had is no longer existent in Kolkata. Quality players do not want to play in Kolkata, whatever the conditions, whatever the reasons, we do not know. Nevertheless, Mohun Bagan is still doing well, East Bengal is still doing well, but not good enough to make a run at the top of the table.
148 goals, all-time goals for East Bengal, 49 in the NFL I-League, and you get the feeling it's about to stay the same. But Baichung Bhutia, should he be on the pitch now, considering his performance in the first half? Do you think Philip de Ridder is going to give him a few minutes, and if still doesn't work out, he'll make a change?
Philip de Ridder is known for not changing. He doesn't like to do substitution at all. But I'm sure he's going to say, temperatures are cool, Baichung, I need to see something out of you. Well, let's go out and prove a point.
Well, he's done that before. He's been invisible in games at times, but he just pops out of nowhere. He has that that fox-like instinct in the box to pop out of nowhere and get a goal.
Yes, absolutely. You got to respect that. You cannot give him that space. A forward like Baichung Bhutia will score anytime. Given the opportunity, he will pounce on you. Jose Barreto is another player that can make those kind of things happen. But an instinctive forward.
Certainly, Philip de Ridder giving him some last thoughts to Baichung Bhutia, hoping he can work for his team, become the trump card for his team, as is Michael Tayo, who came close in the first half, but had Abram Mondal, who saved it over there. So really, the way we started this game, who's been on top so far? And I need, in the sense that in all departments, who do you think is playing better?
Yes, Sporting Club de Goa has really dominated the proceedings, with East Bengal making just a few counter-attacks. Nevertheless, the only promising opportunity that came East Bengal's way with Alvito, just muffing it up right in front of the goal. Could have done better with it, but Amos has been the disaster of Sporting Club de Goa right now. He's just not converted the opportunities. 3 clear-cut chances that has gone his way, he's not able to do anything with them.
Here's East Bengal over there getting ready for another 45 minutes, 3 points, and they could really move from 8th position and move into the middle of the table. That could be a good boost for the team going into this break. While for Sporting Club de Goa, it's all doomed at the moment, on last position, caking a host of chances, just not getting them. Will we see a different game altogether? Well, second half is just about to get underway. Taking the help of the divine intervention is Felix D'Souza, as Vishwas Gaonkar. His teams have really looked good, and we're all set to start the second half of what should be, hopefully, a good, exciting encounter. So East Bengal gets us underway as the ball goes back to Nirmal Chetri. Back with Mehraj. Played to Mehtab. From Nirmal, hits it long first time, and that's well controlled and went past by Kenji Araya. He's looked a cool customer on the field.
Absolutely. I mean, great player.
And he's also gone down with his leg over there. Seems to have picked up a knock in that tussle. And however, he's getting up, and that's the good news. With this Asian quota system, you have to think that it's worked for Indian football because you're getting good quality players.
Yes, there has been mostly great quality players. At times we are seeing some players that have been brought in, not tested enough, and then released. I mean, that's something the clubs need to decide early on in the season. Once the season begins, that's a challenging task to bring a player and see whether he's good or not.
Well, for East Bengal, they have lots of players on yellow cards. Baichung Bhutia, Saeed Rahim Nabi and Uga Okpara, Abel Hamid, Mehtab Hussain, Abra Mondal, Alvito Ducunia, all these players on yellow cards, so they have to be careful that they don't get into the referee's book, otherwise they miss the first game that starts after the break.
Yes, absolutely, and that will be huge, especially for Mehtab. If Mehtab is gone from the midfield, it'll be challenging to replace him.
Here's Alvito making another one of those runs as he did in the first half. Ball to Nirmal. Back by Abel Hammond, taken by Nicholas Rodriguez. Carrying on with his run on the left. Good ball, puts it in, tries to find Junior, but it's well defended by Rahim Nabi. Played back to Junior. Well, he does well enough to win the first corner of the second half for Sporting Club de Goa.
Again, you're not seeing anything from East Bengal different than what they ended up with the first half. They need to come out and play some football right now.
And an early corner, quick corner taken by Sporting Club de Goa, given back to Bisheshwar. He lacked that delivery in the first half, and this time around he's done the same as well. Given to Yusuf Yakubu, and it's one back as well. So really, the only thing that's really changed so far is that the fact that we're playing in the second half. Otherwise, the game pretty much has remained the same.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, nothing has changed. You don't have much change in the personnel. You're going to see the same result. Arjun, you got to do something different to see a different result right now.
I thought you were going to say, Arjun, you've got to do something different. Probably that'll affect the game right now. I was going to stand up and start talking. Back with Sporting Club de Goa. Falls for Junior as Junior takes a fall. Back with Nirmal Chetri. Nirmal puts out a hopeless ball, and it's headed back to Felix D'Souza.
If you're watching the match, it looks like East Bengal is the one that is lingering at the bottom of the table right now with 5 points, and Sporting is in the 8th position. The way this match is going, East Bengal has brought nothing conclusive to this match right now. They're just playing very casual football.
And we have a Sporting attack on our hands. It's given to the on-rushing Kenji Araya, but it's gone out as there's a throw in favour of Sporting Club de Goa. They've held the lion's share of possession, but they haven't really been able to make it count. And when you hold the lion's share of possession, and when you haven't been able to make it count, and you have in the opposition people like Yakubu and Baichung, they could really make you pay for it.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, there will be a moment where one chance comes Baichung way or Yakubu, he can make things happen. You know, he's very capable. One of the things that you're seeing from Sporting is in the attacking third is that they just do not release that ball on time. Especially Junior, he just hangs on to the ball. But here is an opportunity.
Here's Nicholas, lays it off for Junior. It's a good shot, just not on target. Abra Mondal would have been beaten had that been on target.
Absolutely, but again, you got to force the goalkeeper to save that ball. You cannot shoot it wide. How many opportunities are they going to get like this? And very soon there's going to be one that is going to come on this side, and it's going to be a goal.
So yet again,
look at this opportunity. Easy. Oh, missed by inches.
I hate to say it, but I could say now, I told you so, because it's been going on like that for so long. Back with the Sporting possession. Played to Bibiano Fernandes. If you had to single out two players from the Sporting team that have really done well, and it would probably be the central midfield duo of Bibiano and Tayo.
Yes, Bibiano has done really well, and I would say the defense has been outstanding. Matthew and Kenji are doing great job, and Chinta also. So overall, there are quite a few players you can spot on Sporting Club that are contributing, including Niklau on the left is making some great runs.
Amos goes for the first time shot, and that shot really just goes nowhere, and it's gone for a goal kick.
Just a waste of an opportunity. Vishwas needs to look at his bench and say, what can he bring, what can he change right now to break this equation?
On the one hand, we've been saying that Yakubu and Baichung have not really been contributing. Should Philip de Ridder think of something? We can say the same about Amos and Vishwas Gaunkar as well. Nabi wins a throw in for East Bengal.
Arjun, on the other hand, the physical presence of Junior and Amos over there holds the three defenders back, which is probably helping Sporting in the midfield.
Here's Michael Tayo just overdoing it a bit and giving away possession to East Bengal.
Again, needs to release that ball early.
Beko Khai, just as he gets that ball and he shows some brotherhood, gives it away. It's back with Abel Hammond, who's won it back. Tries to make a darting run down the right flank, and it's well thwarted by Niklau.
Good defending and good commitment from Niklau.
Here we have a common ball given away by Mehta. Mehraj.
And here is an opportunity.
Here's an opportunity for Amos. He has Mehraj one-on-one. Tries to go for that, makes a meal of it, does Amos. Played back to Bibiano, still in play for Sporting Club de Goa. As the ball's been played back to Nicholas, puts in a good ball, an inviting ball, and the referee's flag has gone up for an offside.
Saved by the flag.
Saved by the flag, but also saved by Amos, you'd say, because he had an open goal over there, just didn't attack him with enough venom.
Amos has been disaster from the moment get-go. I mean, absolutely serving no purpose right now.
Here's Nirmal Shetri, puts out a good ball to Abel Hammond, who finds some space for once on that right flank. Puts in the ball. Yakubu's attacking it, and he's won nothing actually, because it's gone for a goal kick to Sporting Club de Goa.
Chinta did extremely well in containing and jumping in front of Yakubu, not allowing him to have a clear look at the goal. Look at that, good defending from Chinta. Absolutely brilliant piece of defending.
Had no one been challenging Yakubu, he could have really made a good chance out of it.
Yes, absolutely. He's known for scoring those goals.
Taken by Felix D'Souza, and a poor goal kick taken by Felix D'Souza as the ball is quickly given back to East Bengal. Thrown to Yakubu, gives it back to Nabi. A good 1-2 between the two players. Tries to find Beko Khai, does find Beko Khai, just loses it, falls through Yakubu. He's in on goal, and we have a scrimmage, a goal-mouth scrimmage happening in front of the Sporting Club de Goa keeper, but good defending to stop Yakubu from getting it.
Yes, absolutely. Yakubu just couldn't pull the trigger. I mean, look at that ball. Give one-on-one, and that ball just deflected and got him. He just couldn't pull the trigger. Hats off to Matthew for what a piece of defending. Amazing defending, coming from behind and doing everything he could possibly to stop this goal.
Really, these are one of those chances that we spoke about, that East Bengal will be getting those one-off chances to make them pay.
Yes.
And this was one of them.
This was one of them, and could have been easily one up right now.
So clearly Yusuf Yakubu thwarted for some really good defending by Matthew Gonzalez.
Reminds me of the match last time when Mohan Bagan was playing Sporting Club de Goa, and Baichung got one last opportunity in Kolkata, which he converted, and Mohan Bagan won 1-0 after Sporting played a brilliant game all throughout the 90 minutes.
But let's see what can happen as Uga Okpara does well enough to keep Elijah Jr. at bay, hits it long, but falls to the head of Kenji, who clears it back. Back with Mehraj. Abra finds Uga yet again. He's being pressurized by Junior. Hits it long this time. Falls to Baichung Bhutia. Plays to Abel Hammond. Good ball, puts in a good ball, a good darting ball, but well defended by Kenji Arai. He's been having a very, very good game.
Absolutely.
He's holding his head.
Yes, that was a tough cross, I would say, for him to... Wow.
Probably feeling the after effects of their header.
Yes.
So we're seeing some more attacks coming from East Bengal from that right flank, earning them another corner. Here's Alberto Tacunia getting ready to take another set piece. That's probably the... Played back to Alberto. Puts in the ball. Tries to find Hammond. Hammond does get to it. It gets off the board. Gets off the post. But a good ball coming in by Abel Hammond.
Yes, Sporting needs to move out of that area. Kenji got stuck over there. I mean, and get that allowed Hammond to get his head on the ball. Otherwise, he would have been a clear offside.
Well, here's that change that we were talking about. Sanju Pradhan, should he be brought in? Well, he has been brought in the 57th minute for Bekokai. Could turn around the fortunes of East Bengal because he's known to be a quick, nippy player. Good on the ball. Loves to attack and take on defenders.
But he needs a room. He's a better player when he has some room to play on the flanks. I have never seen him play in the center of the park, but hopefully he'll do the job.
Well, I can tell you that throughout their Federation Cup campaign, he was played in the center of the park. And probably Philip de Reeder sees it some other way, but thinks that he can lend more creativity playing down the center of the park. Here's Baichung Bhutia, Yusuf Yakubu, both really not getting into the game. And we have an update coming in from Kolkata. East Bengal's rivals, Chirag United, have just taken the league against Shillong Lejong Football Club thanks to a goal from Josemar Martins, who moves up to 10 goals and joins Muratala Ali on the top scorers chart.
That's been one of the signature for Chirag, is that those two forwards, Edwilson and Joshimar, has been tremendous.
Yazuga Akbara does well, shows enough strength to get past Junior Elijah. Played long, trying to find Yakubu. As that ball goes on, another update coming in as Viva Kerala have pulled off very good win over Mumbai FC in Mumbai, getting themselves a 3-point thanks to their goal by Anish. Sanju getting his first few touches on the ball. Speedy man gets on the job straight away.
And I think that's what the East Bengal needed, some sort of a spark in the midfield.
Nirmal Chetri just being a little too overconfident, you say, to get a shot from there. Eventually it's gone out. But credit to East Bengal, they started attacking, they started come back from their defence, trying to get at Sporting Club de Goa.
Yes, partly we saw this against Mumbai FC, where they just did the same thing, just dropped their shoulder in the second half. Amos needs to play better defence, and Junior too needs to come and help in the defence. When they do not hold on to the ball, Sporting are at the receiving end.
Here's Nicholas, he's had a good second half, a good start of the second half, making runs down that left flank, keeping Alvito busy, who seems to have changed flanks with Hammond. Has gone on to the right while Hammond has come on to the left as well. Here's Subhash Singh, he's probably getting ready to come on, and you suppose it could be for the duo of either Yakubu or Baichung?
Yes, I would say perhaps for Baichung Bhutia. He needs a substitution in that department right now.
Well, we did get the chance to speak to Beto in the morning, and I asked him who were one of the toughest Indian players to play against, and he said it was Mehrajuddin Badu. So that man holds him in higher regard. So does Bob Houghton. That's why he's part of that national camp, which is taking part in their preparations in Dubai. Played to Hammond. Stolen by Michael Tayo. Given by Amos, and a poor ball given by Amos. It's fallen back in East Bengal possession. Gone to Mehtab Hussain. Mehtab finds Alvito. Alvito gives it back to Mehtab. Tries to use the aerial route, tries to find Abel Hammond. Just not enough options in front of Mehtab, and that's why he probably took the aerial route.
Yes, but Sanju Pradhan is moving in the spaces and looking for a ball, but nobody's feeding him. He's got the fresh legs. Feed him the ball. Let him do something with it.
Promising player picked up from Air India, Sikkim player, born from the state of Sikkim. Lots to offer. Very exciting young talent from India, and certainly he knows that, Philip de Ridder, using him sparingly at times. Probably the fact with Sanju is that Philip probably wants to use him as a trump card because he's got so much talent, and if you bring him on in the last 20, he could get something past those tired legs.
What a waste of an opportunity right now. Michael Tao, absolutely no reason to shoot that. There were a couple of players open, especially Nikla on the far left, looking for the ball, calling out for the ball. Just not enough decisive play from Michael Tao.
There's the header won by Michael Tao. Goes back out. Baichung contesting Araya. Taken by the new man Sanju Pradhan. Back with Tayo. Gives one wide, tries to find Junior, tries to get past Mehraj. Mehraj does well to keep his feet on the ground. Plays it to Alvito.
Mehraj played smart defense in that occasion.
Back with Bisheshwar. Puts in a good ball for Bibiano, but that's well read by Mehtab. Here's Uga. Gives it to Alvito. Finds Hammond.
You have a feeling sooner or later they need East Bengal Sporting Club de Goa needs a midfielder.
Back with Baichung does give Sanju. Baichung just not being able to make anything of it, as the ball's been given away in possession to Sporting Club de Goa. Chinta. Sahid Rahim Nabi, good header to find Alvito. So clearly the ball being played a lot in the middle and no one really being able to pierce either the defenses so far.
Sporting Club de Goa needs some life in the midfield right now. With the inclusion of Sanju Pradhan for East Bengal, there seems to be a good movement, but the Sporting Club has not done anything to counter that.
Referee Arjunan just giving a good word to Amos to keep it under control, not let his frustrations get the better of him. Back with Nicholas. Cuts inside. Finds Bibiano. Bibiano to Amos. Amos twists and turn, has Okpara for company. Does well to give it to Nicholas, but that's well defended from Abel Hammond. A tireless worker, if I may say. Back to Bibiano. Intelligent play to get it past the legs of Nabi. But that time the final ball just asking too much of Junior.
It's been too many times. We're going to repeat the same thing over and over again. Sporting Club comes right in the attacking third with no options, no creativity whatsoever. They need something change in that department. Amos is not moving fast enough to receive any balls.
Well, you see a couple of Sporting Club de Goa players warming up, so maybe Coach Vishwas Gaonkar have something up his sleeve. Back with Nirmal Chetri, who receives it back from Abel Hammond, this time with Mehtab. Another update coming in from Kolkata, and Chirag United look all set to get those 3 points, as Josemar has just doubled his tally and has gone on top of the table of top scorers. He's got 11 goals. So Chirag United leading 2-0 thanks to 2 goals from their Brazilian import Josemar. Back to Mehraj. Finds Okpara. Well, I did say that they've played 12 times before and they've shared 27 goals amongst them in those 12 games. So if this one does finish 0-0, it'd be a rare occasion really. They have earned themselves a corner as East Bengal. A quick corner taken. Back towards the Yusuf Yakubu. Cuts past one, puts in a pile driver inside, and just if it would have been a little more inside, it would have been a problem for the Sporting defence.
Yes, very well taken shot, but just from a zero angle. I mean, Felix has to really make a meal out of it for that ball to go in.
Back to the game, Chintamani over there. Michael Tayo, he's had a good game at times, just looking a little tired now. Supporters urging their Sporting Club, their players to get their groove on, get something, to get that one goal that should probably lead them to 3 points, and they've earned themselves a throw-in this time. From Sporting's point of view, would you effect a change now, considering there are about 25 minutes to go?
Absolutely, because Bibian is absolutely exhausted. He cannot keep up with Sanju Pradhan and Mehtab in the midfield. He needs to see a change in that department.
Here's a look at those substitutes. Freeman Pashotto, one of those central midfielders, has been at Sporting Club de Goa for a while. It could be used to change Bibiano. What are these two men thinking? Because so far, whatever they have thought hasn't really worked for them. Especially in the case of Philip de Ridder. For Vishwas, really his moves have worked, but just their finishing seems to be lacking a lot.
Visheshwar had a good idea of going on that flank for Niklau, who was open, just not enough pace on that ball.
Here's Mehtab making some of the runs that we saw so much in that game against Dempo. Very few occasions has he done that today. Now Yusuf Yakubu, but that's well tackled by Michael Tayo. Good dedication is shown by the man. But Bibiano Fernandes just getting back to you saying why he's so tired.
Yes,
just giving away the ball so easily.
Absolutely, that's the reason why, because otherwise he would have carried that ball. Right now he just doesn't have enough in him to carry that ball and give an intelligent pass.
Here's Sanju Pradhan, quick feet showing that he knew. Now he's in with a shot at goal. Gets in, puts in a ball, good ball, just no one really attacking it. Finds the feet of Saeed Rahim Nabi. Plays it by to Abel Hammond. Looking, thinking what to do, gets inside and earns his team a corner. That was a good exchange of passes between Baichung and Sanju, just probably Baichung overhitting that ball for Sanju.
It's about time. Bibian has been asking for a substitution for some time now, and finally here comes the substitution.
What can East Bengal do of it? They've had 7 corners in the past and they really haven't been able to make anything of it. This one, a good floater put in by Alvito. Felix just about to drops it, but it's cleared for his own safety. Now Sanju Pradhan puts in another good ball. It's a header taken by Nirmal Chhetri, but this time Felix was equally up to the task. Makes no difference, makes no mistake at all. A lucky man is Felix for letting that ball not go into goal. He's played it back to Sanju Pradhan, who's seen more and more of the ball ever since he's come on. Back to Alvito. Finds the chest of Sanju, does well to keep it in play. Plays it back to Nabi. And just lets go. Sort of tells you how the game is going on so far. It's been very, very poor.
There's been quite exciting moments at times. Nevertheless, just not enough out of this exchanges in the attacking third. Sporting will surely have to blame themselves if they cannot take a point out of this match right now.
Junior gets that ball from Chinta. Back to Chinta, has space to cross, puts that cross, tries to find Viviano, but it's cleared by Nirmal Shetty. Now Alvito twisting and turning, gets away from Amos. Good run by Alvito to let go of Abel Hammond, but equally up to the task is Matthew Gonzalez, who's been having a brilliant game alongside Kenji Araya at the middle of the park for Sporting Club de Goa. Finally that tussle going East Bengal's way, and that's a good picture. Sportsmanship, brotherhood, whatever you call it. Taking a bit of a breather. And it seems the coach has read what was going on. Bibiano Fernandes has been changed by Gavin Lobo, younger pair of fresh legs, and